Wooing! Wooing! Wooing!
That shit's still funny.
Guys, welcome to another edition of Getting Some Color. Ooh, yeah. Yes, we are doing legit Monday Night Wars now. It's not like the Monday night shows and then like a pay-per-view. It's literally back-to-back Monday night shows for two dates.
Balls.
Yeah, April 15th and April 22nd. WCW Monday Night Nitro and WWF Monday Night Raw. And first, like always, we start off with WCW Nitro. And I don't know. Do we want to say what we really think at the end on what we're doing for the show? Or do we want to just straight up fucking say what we feel right now?
No, I want to say it now because it'd be funnier. Because you're just like, we got real Monday Night Wars. And it's like, yeah, we do. And then WCW got themselves disqualified just now.
Yeah.
Because they put on, they've done too many like mediocre fucking nitros and pay-per-views. And it's caught up to them.
Mm.
We gave them a strike. Spoilers.
Yeah. Holy shit, dude. Like, they really don't know what they're doing. They're literally throwing shit on the wall to see what will stick. And it seems like fucking Mr. Politician himself, Hulk Hogan, likes to make sure he has majority of that wall.
It's like that, and they're just like, I feel like they're like in a holding pattern. It's like we're just going to keep running these three things. And they've been doing that we're in April. They started doing this in September.
Mm-hmm. And you could tell based off of like next week's show that they're trying to do something. It's just that our patience was worn out too much to the point where it's like you should have done this like 2 weeks ago type of stuff that they're doing next week.
Yeah.
But
that's not the first time that Ric Flair and the Giant have problems with each other.
Yeah.
So,
dude, we'll get to that. But oh boy, how do you make a WCW Monday Night Nitro start off with a big fucking pile of shit? You bring out Hulk Hogan. And now I will play fair games here. The crowd loved it. That fucking crowd was going nuts from beginning to end of that show.
Yeah, because they were in West Virginia. They were in Charleston. I heard Uncle Eric, tornado warning, Charleston, West Virginia. And I was like, what the fuck? They were like 45 minutes from my house. I don't remember watching that Nitro when I was a kid. So I guess I was just not paying attention at that point.
Maybe because, I mean, fuck, Hulk Hogan and the Booty Man and fucking...
Well, he didn't appear.
Yeah. Instead, we got a handicap match. Fucking with Hulk Hogan versus Arn Anderson and Kevin Sullivan.
Yeah, it's just... So, the previous Nitro, they hyped up this whole thing. It's like, the Booty Man's got a plan. And we were, like, making fun of that shit. Because that guy's got a plan. All right. And then the master plan ended up being he got his ass beat and we didn't see it. So it's just Hulk Hogan. Not even Macho Man can help him, apparently. He's preoccupied, trying not to get arrested, I guess.
That story is stupid, but we'll get to that soon. So you have Arn Anderson and the Taskmaster and Jimmy Hart. Oh baby, go get him. And Hulk Hogan's there, so like Hulk Hogan's going over, right?
Oh, for sure. Like,
yeah.
It's either that or he'll get screwed and beat them up after he gets screwed anyway, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and they did like a stipulation thing where if like Hulk Hogan wins, he gets to choose one of the between woman, Miss Elizabeth, or Jimmy Hart. 5 minutes in the ring, and if Arn Anderson and Kevin Sullivan win, I think they the way Eric Bischoff said is had their way with fucking Kimberly, and I was like, what?
The booty girl, and it's like,
yeah.
Okay. That's the stipulations though, and there's not much to say about this match.
No, I feel bad. I feel bad for Arn Anderson, dude. Like he tried. He sold his ass off for Hulk Hogan. He did the deal. You know.
You know what sucks is like he's at the tail end of his career here before he has to retire because he had like a neck issue.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like they've kind of done nothing but waste him like these last couple of years.
Yeah, I guess, you know, when you're in the wrestling business, like when they're in their tail end and stuff, and they're not like I'm not saying Arn Anderson's not a big star, but he kind of like fizzled out essentially.
They booked him into oblivion, is what they did.
Yeah.
Like he was a bigger deal. Like, see, we're in '96, so like 4-5 years ago, he was still fairly high in the cards in WCW.
And even when he does retire, he's still within the business. Like he's always by Ric Flair's side during like WCW, you know, Nitro and all that stuff. And he does do some things that, you know, he'll hit like a DDT or like a spine buster and call it a night. So he does. He's still around. It's just that he's not a in ring person anymore. And it's like you said, it's sad that he's literally being like thrown to fucking Hulk Hogan like a piece of meat.
Like that guy should be having a feud with like, I don't know, fucking Alex Wright or something, trying to get him over.
Yeah,
just something like he should be feuding with like these younger guys who've come in, like Eddie or whatever,
or fucking you know, you turn face and you face against Chris Benoit.
Sure, like he's like boy, because he's boy to him.
Mm.
He's like, you don't fucking act like you know what to do in this group. I made this group. This is my group, and he like, you know, he's gonna teach him respect or some shit. It's the feud. See, it's easy. I don't know.
He's like, he goes, listen, boy, I'm a clairvoyant, and I know that you're gonna murder your family because he speaks to like the Four Horsemen, like their family. See, I'm doing meta stuff right there. Like he's clairvoyant and he fucking knew all along, but it's just for a storyline.
We watch him beat up Chris Benoit in a Holiday Inn parking lot. He like shuts his head in like the shuttle door.
Mm. Oh man, it's all in fun, everybody. Don't worry. I feel bad for Nancy and his kid.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They beat up Hulk Hogan, and then Hulk Hogan comes back, and then he cannot do a figure four at all to save his life. I swear to God. He tried to do it twice in this match. He fucked it up both times.
And Bobby Heenan said it twice. He doesn't have it fully locked.
And it's like he gets confused about how to put it together. And what's funny about it is he's even trying to do it the easy way, which is you just put the legs together and just fall down. That's without the little spin like Ric Flair does and shit. He still can't do it. I still get like why doesn't he do his like arm bar? Remember when he did the rolling arm bar in Japan?
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't even have to roll. He could just like sit down and put him in an arm bar.
I don't know. I don't know why he does it. He always looks silly when he does it too.
A Boston Crab. Hulk Hogan can do a Boston Crab.
Or even an STF, dude.
Yeah, he could do that. He could do a camel clutch. See his callback.
Yeah.
I beat Iron Sheik, brother, and I stole his move.
Yeah, every fucking wrestler that he beats, he steals their finisher.
That'd be kind of funny.
Yeah.
He does like a shitty tombstone pile driver.
Oh man. But he wins, and they do this weird thing like Hulk Hogan's gonna beat the shit out of women first, and then he like changes his mind. He's like, I'm a good guy. I need to like beat up a man. And there's Jimmy Hart, you know, doing Jimmy Hart things by fucking ignoring the threat in the ring because he's a manager. And he's like, oh, Daddy, oh. And he's like running away, and he's going out of nowhere. He goes to the like turnbuckle and like tries to escape that way. And Hulk Hogan just rips his shirt off, and Bobby Heenan says, I quote, he's barebacked.
And he like Jimmy Hart sells out the shit out of Hogan's stuff. Like he punches him and he fucking leaps in the air, which he should because he's like tiny compared to him.
Yep.
And just like I think he got leg dropped, right? Or he had a big boot.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah, I see it now. I think he got body slammed. Before that, Bobby Heenan said something really funny when they were talking about the stipulations.
Mm-hmm.
When Hogan won, he crowds Elizabeth and Woman into the ring. Woman uses Liz as a shield for like a minute.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, no, go after her. She's like, no, oh my God, no, what are you doing? And
that's what women do.
That's what women do. Look at her.
And it's so funny, Mongo and just Eric Bischoff go silent for a second. I imagine they're looking at him like Mongo's probably laughing his ass off. Eric Bischoff is probably worried a little bit about.
He probably thinks it's funny too.
Yeah,
he's just worried about getting yelled at by somebody.
Yeah, Ted Turner just fucking like yelling at him over the phone or something.
And then like it seemed like they're gonna build the Giant up again or something, and then like Mean Gene comes in to interview Hogan, and he picks Giant, or he picks Mean Gene up. He realizes it's Gene because like he was in there fighting people and shit. I forgot the Giant came out and tried to like choke slam him, and he got fucked up and just jobbed out basically.
Yep.
He puts him down, and they try to do an interview, but like the mic sucks, or there's like something wrong with the PA system in the arena, and you can't hear him, and it's just unintelligible. It was probably just a Hogan's fucking promo, brother, and that was it.
Yeah, brother. Something cool, dude. I know how to do wave swimming, and I'm out.
I thought you were gonna say 9/11 brother or something.
9/11 brother.
Jeff Wills still be his brother. No,
HH.
Yeah. Only love.
Yeah.
Like I almost glossed over that the Giant came in there to fight him, and like he jobbed him out completely. Like
dude, they ruined him. Like I kind of understand why he jumped ship from WCW to WWF, because they booked him so fucking stupid. They're like, he's Andre's dad, and then they found out like that was fucking stupid, even though Bobby Heenan still sneaks it in there on commentary.
He probably does that because it's funny.
Yeah. And like now he's going against his fucking stable thing that they had going on, and now he can't, because he's not. I don't think he beats Ric Flair, right?
No, not that I recall, but stranger things have happened sometimes.
Yeah, so it's just like you gotta book him better, dude. He should have been like, if you wanted to distance him from that group and still make him main event, you could have had him killing jobbers, or at least killing like mid-carders, essentially.
Something.
Yeah. It's going to hurt Alex Wright, but like throw in Alex Wright, throw in fucking Eddie Guerrero, throw in the others and stuff.
I don't know. He stays there for a while though,
Yeah.
Till 99, I think.
Mm-hmm. Even then they weren't booking him right, and then they were just like, "You're part of the NWO, brother," and he's like, "Okay, I guess."
Yeah, it's like they booked him actually correctly for like a couple months, and then after that, it's like it's just wrong all the time. But the next match they go into is Public Enemy.
Did you rate that one, or did you just fucking?
Oh yeah, I forgot. We forgot to do a rating. I gave it a 4.7.
I gave it a 4.2 out of 10.
It was short. That's like the only reason why I didn't score lower, because it wasn't that long.
Yeah. But man, talking about long, we get into this fucking match.
Yeah, now it's Nasty Boys and Public Enemy in a street fight.
Yeah.
And it's just, they go into action immediately, because like they're coming out. Public Enemy is. They're like the Nasty Boys ambushed them with like garbage cans and chairs and shit. And then like the match is just kind of a clusterfuck. It's kind of hard to they don't produce it right. I don't know what happened.
It's kind of like they were like given the green light to be like, hey, have an ECW match in WCW.
Yeah.
And it just didn't translate well. And you kind of see that next week where they were just like, all right, you gotta wrestle now.
Yeah, that didn't work the last time, so just do a match.
Yeah.
While this match is going on, Eric's on commentary talking about the next WCW pay-per-view Slamboree, and how there's going to be a Lord of the Ring Battle Royal. And I'm like, a month before King of the Ring in WWF, they're going to do Lord of the Ring.
And it's probably funny in the boardroom meeting or however they fucking plan this shit. They were like, they do King of the Ring, we do Lord of the Ring, and guess what? That's like the movie, or not the movie, the book, The Lord of the Rings.
Or some shit. Or it's like they don't make it a whole pay-per-view. It's just part of this show. And I guess it's part of that lethal lottery bullshit. It gets so convoluted in the next episode. I'm like, but we'll get to that when we get to it.
Mm-hmm.
This match is pretty meh though, because of like it's like the camera crew and shit. The guys in the truck can't shoot it right. It's like our attention's split too much. And I will say this, the commentary notices everybody in the Charleston Civic Center is standing up watching this match. And that's true. I was looking at everybody. I'm like, everybody's standing up. That's so strange.
They all watched ECW, so they knew they got to stand up.
I think it's the opposite. No, they never saw ECW. They haven't seen anything like that.
They're like,
these guys are fucking hitting each other with like stuff.
Do they got a gun? What's going on here?
Yeah, because so Charleston was a Crockett town. It's kind of weird because like West Virginia was kind of split a little bit. And we're like WWF ran Huntington. I don't know who ran it before they started doing it, because like back in the day, like in the 70s and shit, they never went that far south. But yeah, but it made me think, because of the way the crowd reacted to everything, they hadn't been there for a long time. They probably didn't go there for a few years. But
so they were pumped. They got to see Macho Man and fucking Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, they got to see all these stars, and they got to see like this crazy garbage match, basically, which they'd never seen anything like that before.
Yeah, so it might have been special. It might have been special for those people, but it wasn't special for me at all.
No, me either at that point. I mean, I don't know how I would have reacted if I was there as a kid and I saw that. I'd be like, "What? They're hitting each other with like stuff." Because even like all this time up to this point, I'd been watching wrestling. They didn't have matches like that. If you didn't see ECW, you didn't see that kind of stuff.
No.
Like the Bret Hart being knocked into the damn table at the Survivor Series match with Diesel was like the craziest fucking spot you would have seen, probably. But anyway, I think Johnny Grudge puts himself through a table, and then Knobs pinned him for 3. That was the finish.
And it was like a delay reaction too. Like it was kind of like the referee didn't know what the fuck happened.
Yeah, it was like, okay, he counted the pin.
Yep.
I gave us a 4.8.
I gave it a 4.1 because I just don't care for this match at all. Like we're off to a bad fucking start with 2 matches that were below a fucking 5. And usually when it's a 5, now we're saying it's average, but when it's a 5, it's like, it was a match. It was not bad, not good.
Nothing special.
But these 2, not a great look right now on what they're doing with the booking wise.
No. And then like after that, like Rocco globs Knobs from behind while he's like standing on the apron. He hits like the railing and he basically dies.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty good spot. And then Public Enemy gigs up on Sags and they put him through a table with like this weird double team move where like fucking, I think Grunge holds up the guy and then Rocco does a senton onto him on the apron, and they go through a table together. I'm like, that's kind of a weird spot. But okay, he killed him, I guess.
Yeah, but we go into the next match. Earl Robert Eaton versus the Macho Man Randy Savage.
Ooh.
So the storyline, if you remember, like Miss Elizabeth was with Ric Flair coming down the fucking like the ramp and had like money and stuff, and I guess they stole Macho Man's money, Ric Flair, and his credit cards or whatever.
Elizabeth, it gets his money because of alimony or some shit. So they keep talking about that.
And it's making Randy Savage really angry.
Yeah, he lost 50% of his shit to her.
Yeah. and to the point where, like, they need to call the cops every week on him every time he shows up because he's just going insane.
Yeah. I was kind of excited for this match because it's Bobby Eaton versus Randy Savage. Like, this might be a pretty good wrestling match, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a fun little match. It didn't go anywhere where it probably could have. And I sort of get it because Bobby Eaton's not really like anywhere high on the card at all right now. He's like a lower mid card guy, really.
Mm.
So the fact that they were able to do what they could do in this match and it was entertaining as it was good enough, I guess.
Yeah.
There was a point where Eaton was doing a Ric Flair impression. And he even put on like a figure 4.
Yeah, and Eric Bischoff, like, and Mongo went like fucking nuts. They're like, "Oh, you shouldn't do that because you're gonna fucking anger.
you're gonna piss him off. He's gonna kill you."
Yeah.
And then he even got like a 4 Horsemen shirt thrown at him from somebody. I guess it was that Jeeves guy that was out there.
Mm.
And he like held it up and taunted him with it. And then Savage got mad, came back, and he did a body slam, and he hit the elbow drop, and he beat him for 3.
Yep.
It was all right.
I gave it a 5.3 out of 10.
I gave it a 5.7.
The Macho Man curve. Ooh,
the Macho Man Bobby Eaton curve.
Yep. And then they did this angle where he's like, he's a wild man and stuff, and he's about to go for another elbow drop, and fucking Jim Duggan comes out, fucking Alex Wright out of his fucking leather jacket.
Yeah.
Street clothes and shit.
Duggan's there.
Who's the third guy?
Doug Dillinger, he's a guy who was like, he did security for them.
Mm-hmm. And they're all like, "No, don't do this." And then Macho Man's like, "Fuck y'all." And he like does an elbow.
He jumped over top of him and did it.
Yeah.
and then they put him in handcuffs like right after that too.
No, what was really funny is like it looked like for a second Jim Duggan was about to go into business for himself because he like he goes into the ropes, but then he like tackles fucking Macho Man, and then they go to the spot where he gets handcuffed, pretty much.
Well, they had to make it look real.
I was like, "Oh shit, ho!"
It looked more real than the fucking fake bullshit pull parts and the security shits they do now.
Yeah, I've thought of like, because I always laugh when they always do like the cops and stuff. Sometimes they use real cops, sometimes they don't use real cops.
Most of the time they don't. It's like indie wrestlers from local fucking promotions or something.
But before the internet or early internet, like having them get arrested like was a big thing as a kid because I was like, holy shit, Stone Cold got arrested. Yeah.
They arrested Steve Austin again.
Yeah. Or, obviously when we get to the Brian Pillman thing where he goes to his home and stuff, it's like, holy shit, Stone Cold is dead. He got shot.
He beat up his friends, did a home invasion, tried to murder him, I guess, got shot. We heard police sirens. We don't know what happened.
Now when we talk about it, fucking weird, dude.
Honestly, I love that shit. And it was like that got him a lot of heat with the network though, when they did that.
Yeah, they were like really angry.
What the fuck are you guys doing? What are you filming?
Fucking doing like Break-ins? What the hell?
Break-ins? There's a gun? Like, what?
Oh, man. Main event time? The WCW World Tag Team titles are on the line between Lex Luger and Sting versus Ric Flair and the Giant, because that's going to work out well, right?
Well, they're supposed to be teammates.
Yep.
But they've been having problems lately, like sporadically. Because they've been doing this. They've been teaming these guys up for months randomly.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, they shuffle it out. It's like AEW booking, kind of, where like they put guys in matches, and then they shuffle them out or don't use them for a bit. They don't use that combination, then they bring it back.
It's almost kind of like maybe Ric Flair and the Giant should have done their own program, and maybe have like Arn Anderson and Taskmaster go against Lex Luger and Sting, because that makes more sense, right? Two
that
guys,
would be better matches, probably.
Yeah, and then I guess you have Hulk Hogan, like chasing down Jimmy Hart or something, and Jimmy Hart fucking gets like a. See, they could have done like an angle where like Macho Man is crazy now and he wants to kill Hulk Hogan. I don't know.
They could have done so many things different. They could have like, oh my god! But I think Giant could have benefited from working with Ric Flair more.
Yeah,
because it's like Ric Flair loves getting thrown around. Obviously, that's been established.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "All right, brother, I want you to throw me around, and then like I'll beg, and then I'll look like a bitch." And it's like he's gonna spend his whole match making him look good.
Mm-hmm.
And then like at the same time, because he's wrestling Ric Flair, he's gonna learn a bunch of shit.
Yeah,
and that just didn't go the way it should have, I guess.
No. But what do you think of this match?
Overall, I thought it was okay. Sting and Flair start out and they do their shit they love to do, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Flair's pulling Sting down by his hair and he keeps kipping back up, and he did the Stinger yell.
Yep.
And the crowd is like fucking going ape shit because it's Sting and it's Charleston. They haven't seen Sting probably in a couple years.
I wonder if Chaz is in the crowd. You think?
I don't know. I don't know if he went to that show around that time or not. I have to ask him.
We should ask him.
But Flair runs the ropes, then Sting press slams him. And then Sting kicks the Giant in the back. He flies off the apron, which was kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
And then the crowd's going nuts because like Sting's doing babyface shit. And Sting picks up Flair and he press slams him again, but he throws him at the Giant who's outside. And he catches him. But what's funny is when the Giant catches him, he puts him down and then he throws him into the fucking ring. And then Ric Flair like, he's like, what? And then like Sting just starts attacking him again. I think he gets press slammed again. And then like Sting picks him up, throws him back at the Giant again. And then Giant does the same thing. He throws him back in the ring. And Ric Flair gets fucking mad this time. And he's like, what are you doing? Who are you throwing me in the ring? And then he gets rolled up. And the way Ric Flair sells the roll up was fucking funny too. Because he went like, ah! And he like went all stiff and just fell backwards. What the fuck?
Dude, there was many sounds in this. Like fucking Lex Luger was doing his screams and stuff.
Oh my god, yes he was.
Yeah.
Then the Luger comes in. Yeah, he's flexing and yelling, which scares Flair. This shit's funny. He press slams Flair. Back out on the Giant for a third time. And the Giant just throws him back in the ring. And then Flair rolls back outside, runs up to the Giant, and he chops him. And the Giant gets pissed, and then Flair runs away, and that's like a commercial break. So come back. Luger and Flair in the ring. Luger gets advantage over Flair, and then Giant grabs him by the throat when he gets close to their corner. And then Flair chop blocks him, and he tags Giant. he kicks Luger in the ribs, and he goes, "Oh!" He fucking goes flying across the ring. And I was like, well, I mean, if you're going to do that sell, you do it for that guy.
Yep.
So, it's like you soccer ball kicked him across the ring. They're getting heat. They cut Luger off, and then after a little while, Flair gets back in there, and he's starting to work Luger's leg. He puts on the figure 4. And he gets some extra leverage from Woman. They do that thing where like they hold hands and she's pulling him.
Mm-hmm.
And Nick Patrick catches him and breaks it up. And then Heenan's like, "What? If Flair likes to hold hands with women, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that." I think Luger catches a break when Flair goes to the top rope so he can be thrown off of it because that's what always happens to him. And he makes a comeback. Punches, Sting comes in, he does punches, backhand, press slam, drop kick, and then top rope superplex, and Flair sells it like a fish out of water.
Yep.
It flops around. Ah! And he's like fucking flopping everywhere. I think Sting put on the Scorpion Deathlock. Luger tries to run interference so he can like keep the hold on. And then Luger sees Woman getting up on the apron. And he sees she's got the cup of coffee. He's like, I watched Nitro last week, and he ducks. But when he ducked, Sting was standing there and holding the deathlock on it. He got hit in the face with coffee. And
good old gullible Sting.
Well, he couldn't. What could Luger have done? I guess really.
He could have took the fall of hot coffee.
He could have shielded his face, be like, "Oh, like you didn't get me."
Put his titanium elbow in the way.
Hit her with his titanium elbow.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was a fun match. I had a good time. Even though like the weird fucking Flair and Giant stuff going on.
The shit was funny. I liked it.
Yeah.
I gave it 6.2.
Yeah, I gave it a 6 out of 10. Only if this maybe like I don't know. It didn't feel like it should have been a better main event. I think it just got soured by the rest of the show where I was just like checked out. But it brought me in, but not too much to like the show.
If the rest of the show is better, you might have liked this match a little better, probably.
Yep, probably, yeah.
Me too. But after the match, I think the Giant gets pissed because of what happens, and he chokeslams Sting and Luger. And then Flair counts 3 on them as he covers them. He struts around and poses, and at the commentary desk, Heenan's like, I don't know what he's doing. He has a pair of handcuffs because he's making fun of Randy Savage getting arrested. And then Bischoff handcuffs Heenan's hands together. He's like, no, what? Stop. No, what are you doing? And then he's just like this now. And that's the end of the show.
Yep. This is a bad show.
Not that good.
Every part of it is just the matches weren't good. The booking was bad. The only bright lights of the show was Eaton and Randy Savage, but the Randy Savage story is getting beaten to death because they're playing this Miss Elizabeth angle of him mad that she took 50%. And then the Giant and Ric Flair are having some trouble, and it could be leading to a match. And then you have Lex and Sting, where Sting still, I guess, wants to be friends with Lex Luger, even though Lex Luger is kind of like a heel, but not really.
I feel like they've kind of cooled that off a little bit.
Maybe.
This whole thing where they're like, why did Lex do that? It's like, well, he didn't really do anything bad that time. Like, they kind of talk about it.
Uh-huh.
It's like, lately, he hasn't done anything kind of heelish.
Oh, yeah, and I almost forgot to mention Jimmy Hart tried to do the powder, and he, like, totally missed, by the way.
Oh, yeah, that did happen. He tried to hit Hogan with powder and fucking fucked it up.
Yeah. And that's the one time I was like, Hulk Hogan, thank God you didn't sell it because it looked fucking terrible because he had like no powder on his face at all.
Whoops.
Yeah. But anyway, I gave this show a 4.9 out of 10.
I gave it a 5.1.
Yeah.
The crowd helped make it seem like not as bad to me.
Yeah.
Like I liked the main event. It could have been a little better, but it was entertaining at least.
Mm-hmm.
They got a 2.8 TV rating for that Nitro too.
Okay. Probably the star power and all that stuff, but anyway, we're moving on to Monday Night Raw, WWF, which is April 15, 1996. It's taped in San Bernardino, California. Oh wait, no, that's gonna be next episode that we're gonna talk about spoilers from a certain commentator. But we are with Vince McMahon and Jerry Lawler. And the first match of the night. Oh, they kind of teased like this whole Bret Hart like special. He's in Germany walking the streets talking about his loss and stuff.
Yeah.
And they have behind the scenes what happened at WrestleMania. Which I kind of wish they kind of do it today, but I kind of wish they still did that type of stuff of showing the characters mad that they lost, even a face. By the way, I think that shows like the competitor being very competitive for winning or losing his gold or whatever.
Yeah, I said, all shucks, I lost.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, they go right into a match though. It's Leif Cassidy versus Wild Man Mark Mero with Sable.
Mm-hmm.
You see how crazy Mark Mero was acting in his entrance?
Yeah.
He's being ridiculous. Like he's like doing this fucking Batusi shit and stuff.
Well, I think he's like confused now because he's been like cosplaying as Little Richard for like so long now.
That's true. He'd been fucking Johnny B. Bad for like, god damn, I don't know how long at this point. Like 5 years maybe?
Mm-hmm.
And like he was basically Little Richard for like 3 or 4 of those years.
Yep.
Then they dialed that back some, let him not look as ridiculous. I don't have a lot to say about this.
So the New Rockers, which by the way, I kind of dig the tag team because it makes sense. Just like you have Marty Jannetty, he's like still trying to be like the Rocker, and he's like, "Fuck this shit! I'm fucking mad. I'm making my own team called the New Rockers." Like, I like that idea.
It's weird though because it kind of just happens out of nowhere. Because it's like unless they did something on Superstars one time and we just don't know about it. Like Marty Jannetty was a babyface this whole time, and then out of nowhere, all of a sudden, he's like, "I still like to act like I'm a good guy, but I'm actually an asshole." Like that's the gimmick of this team, basically.
Yep.
Especially with Leif Cassidy, fucking Al Snow doing that shit, which is kind of funny, but like at the same time, like I don't know, like how he's supposed to get over or anything doing that.
I don't know, but it kind of feels like Vince is pissed off at Leif Cassidy because he like mentions how much he smiles a lot.
Well, remember Vince fucking hates him because he kept fucking him up shit when he put him on TV.
Yeah.
Remember he kept fucking up moves up, and then like Vince would get mad, and then like it got to a point where he didn't want to use him for a while, but Jim Cornette would keep going to bat for him.
Vince, like, because you could have done it this way: is like, what is he smiling about? Like, because he's a heel and he's smiling at the face and stuff. But like he monotone like Vince McMahon talk, like, when he does an interview type of talk where he's like, what is he smiling about? And I was like, oh shit. he's mad. I
didn't really think about that, but like when you bring it up like that,
yeah,
that makes it a lot funnier. But also I was thinking like this gimmick sucks. Like, what are they going to do? Like, it's kind of weirdly entertaining because it's, like, bad.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, it feels like death. Like, think about where we're at right now. And, like, what's over. We're not Attitude Era yet. But people like cool babyface people like Bret Hart, people like Diesel, even though he's a tweener.
Mm-hmm.
Undertaker. How's this guy? How are they supposed to get over?
I just like that they strike a pose like a rocker pose before they do a move.
There's this thing. Al Snow's like, yeah, he does like this shit, and then like there's this part where he hit a move on Mark Barrow or whatever, and then he was like, I love being a rocker, like at the camera.
Yeah.
It's like he's being held hostage or some shit. God, like I feel like this was probably a punishment. It's like some kind of weird humiliation ritual for Vince.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want you to act like a fucking dork. This is your gimmick now. This is what you do.
I can imagine being like, you don't like to listen to our instructions? You like to make mistakes? Well, guess what? You're going to make a lot of them tonight.
What's funny is like this thing, this death gimmick is like, apparently this helps him come up with like the Al Snow gimmick we all know where he goes crazy. Basically, he has like a mental breakdown for being in the New Rockers. And like they send him to ECW because like they have that weird relationship with ECW.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, they didn't want to use Al Snow anymore on TV. And then like somehow he convinced somebody to let him go work in ECW to figure out a gimmick for himself. And that's how he came up with the Al Snow head shit. He was going nuts. He had a mental breakdown and he found a head.
What does everybody want? Head.
God, we're not really talking about the match that much because it's not really that special, but it wasn't bad. Like, it wasn't really good either. It was like something in the middle. He's a good wrestler, Al Snow is, but he's just not having good luck right now lately. It's back and forth. Mark Marrow gets a comeback going in the end, and he hits a backdrop, and he does the top rope sunset flip, and he gets the pin.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they worked that well together either. That was another thing. It seemed like they were kind of awkward sometimes.
Yeah, and it's probably more Leif Cassidy, if I'm going to be honest.
Could be Mark Marrow.
Could be.
Remember, we've seen him have like weird moments in WCW too.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
What the hell's he doing? Why does he look like he's fucked up or he's like mad or something?
I think we just been so highly of him in his last like career in WCW, like the tail end, like he was being so impressive and stuff. And now we're like, of course we heard about, you know, what becomes of Mark Marrow. So it kind of taints us a little bit when we like talk about it, but like, yeah, he's gonna have a lot of misses, but he's still a good wrestler.
Yeah, maybe this match just wasn't the right matchup, kind of thing. Some guys just don't work well together. It happens.
I just figured Vince was like, this is a big athletic dude, just beat the shit out of this fucking wacko, and it just didn't translate well.
You know, it's we'll do the score and then I'll comment on something else real quick. I gave it 5.7. It was all right.
I gave it a 5.3.
The Sable curve. No, she just she just stood out there. She didn't really do much of anything. She argued with the referee a little bit because Marty Jannetty was cheating one time.
And then fucking Vince was getting hard on Sable. Like every time the camera's like, oh.
Yeah, God. I didn't write anything down about that though. But yeah, he kept talking about how the Sable is a gorgeous woman. Like this is the start of the fucking Sable fixation here that they have.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, she's good looking. You know, back then.
I wonder how she looks in leather. Ugh.
Was that shit Cornette said? Could you imagine her? Like they were talking about her one time. They were trying to have a talent meeting and they kept talking about Sable. And like this T-shirt spot or something. Like I think she used to shoot a T-shirt gun out at people or whatever.
Mm.
And Vince Russo or somebody was going like, "Bro, could you imagine her in white cotton panties?" And I'm like, "What?" And he had the same reaction I did when he's like, "White cotton panties." He's like, "What the fuck?" I want to imagine her like a leather chains or lingerie or something. Like, what you're talking about? White cotton panties.
Yo, bro, I don't like that BDSM. Just give me that white fluffy panties.
Weird, but granny panties. But you know, it's funny because we know what happens to Mark Marrow and everything, and like I learned something kind of interesting recently. I forgot about this fact because he's kind of active on social media now. Somehow, like a Facebook post of his came across my feed, and he showed pictures of his WWF contract that he signed. And he said he was the first wrestler to have a guaranteed money WWF contract.
That's interesting.
It was Mark Marrow, of all people. Not Steve Austin, not fucking Lex Luger, none of those guys. It was Mark Marrow. The other thing is I'm noticing is like I feel like is Vince trying to create like a new Macho Man, because I feel like that's what he's trying to do with him. Wild man, look at him. He looks crazy. He's got crazy eyes, and he does high flying moves. And
maybe that's why he was doing that weird fucking motion to the ring.
Sable does it too. I don't know. That's the Mark Marrow introduction.
Yeah. Diesel like joined via phone call from Germany, so I guess he's there with Bret Hart chilling the streets for some strange reason. I guess maybe
they're on tour.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're on that tour. And he lets us know he's the smartest man in wrestling, no doubt.
That's probably true.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you consider his track record.
It's so funny that like I liked Diesel before he became face, and then I liked him at his tail end of his WWF tenure here until when he comes back later on. But that I don't really count that really often.
I didn't remember a lot of the stuff between the lines with Diesel back then because I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But like now I'm seeing like his run play out, the entirety of it. Like we've seen it all basically from beginning to end.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man, this Diesel had some gas in the tank. I think he could have been like an interesting guy in WWF if he stayed there.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was interesting now.
Yeah, he would have done more programs with Bret Hart probably.
He would have probably worked with Shawn more. We probably would have got more of that. He probably would have ended up working with Steve Austin, and those guys are good friends already. So like that probably would have been pretty good. That's interesting. He probably would have tried more too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just him talking about like he realigned Shawn Michaels back, and then he's gonna like kick his ass in your house because it's a no hold barred match.
Yeah.
So ooh.
Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Bart Gunn.
Yeah, I was like, Bart. Okay, and then they say Billy Gunn's injured, and I was like, oh all right.
Yeah, because my reaction was, why not Billy Gunn? And then I was like, and then they mentioned he got hurt. I was like, oh. But either way, what a match! I'm showing my hand now. I was like, I liked it.
I did too. Bart Gunn's a pretty good wrestler. It's just, I mean, like when we see him in the tag matches, I think he's pretty close to Billy sometimes in terms of like the stuff he can do.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Bart Gunn didn't go anywhere else after that tag team split up, and they did the stupid Brawl for All thing and fucked him up.
Yep.
So, yeah, they were having a hell of a match though. It was like high speed, solid looking hits, and they were doing like good holds. It was like that good Southern wrestling kind of style, really.
Oh yeah, very grounded, by the way.
Mm-hmm. It was back and forth until I think Austin launched Bart Gunn over the ropes out onto the floor.
Dude, that was sick how he did it.
Just that throw a guy over the ropes on the floor. The way they executed it was like crazy good, though.
Yeah, and then there's another, I'll say the part where he like takes him and they both flip over, but he like Bart Gunn like hits the fucking apron.
Yeah, that looked crazy.
Yeah, I was like, holy fuck, that looked cool.
He's like out there, he's grinding him down, he's stomping the hell out of him, and he keeps like he gets him in the ring, and he's putting him in like these really mean looking chin locks. And I start realizing as I'm watching this match, like we're seeing Japan Steve Austin. This is what like we're watching right now. Because I think I've showed clips before of like when he was in WCW still, but he was working in like I think New Japan. That's where he got injured, and I think he was wrestling Muda or something. And it's fun to watch him work with Muda in Japan because it looked like a damn good match.
Very aggressive.
Like this basically. It reminded me of that.
I gotta check it out. I want to see that.
I gotta find the clips of it or see if it's like on YouTube or something. I'll try to track it down.
Cool.
They do this crazy, the ropes thing. You just went over that spot. That was a commercial break too. So I think he picked Bart up after that. It's like he didn't get hurt as much flipping over the rope, so he was able to like do a hot shot to Bart on the fucking railing, and that was the break spot. Come back, Austin hits the knee to Bart Gunn's gut, throwing him into the ropes. He puts Bart in a chin lock. They get up, they fight for a bit. Bart hits him, does a drop kick, does a backdrop, does bulldog, and gets two, and it's like, whoa, holy shit. Bart runs the ropes, but Ted grabs his ankle, and then I love this. He fell over, and then he turned around and was like adjusting his watch. He was like facing the opposite direction. I was like, that was smooth. And he's like laughing at the crowd. And then Bart grabs him from behind, and like he's like kneeling. He's between the ropes and shit. And then Steve does that thing. I don't know what to call that move he does, where he runs and like lands on your fucking head when you're hanging over the ropes. I don't know what to call that. I wish Chris Van Vliet would have asked him, what do you call that move? Because it's like the one question he didn't ask him. And he probably did. God damn, I don't know. I just called it nuts to your back of your head spot. The Texas Rattler. Something.
There you go.
I don't know. That's what I'm going to call it. He's beating on Bart. He's stomping him. Bart shoots Austin off, and he puts a sleeper hold on him, and Austin counters it with the diet stunner. It wasn't really the stunner, but it kind of was.
Yep.
Steve picks him up, throws his shoulder in the post, puts him in the $1 Million Dream. Bart is asleep. He loses by submission. Pretty good shit.
Yeah, and the commentary was like really good. Like Vince, even though I made the comment in the message where I was like, at this time, Vince probably didn't fucking know. Like he was just like, oh, he's gonna be a good worker for the talent, the future and stuff. Not knowing that he's gonna be his moneymaker for probably a really long time.
He's still fighting with him right now about what he wants to do, I think, because he's like, he wants to get away from Ted DiBiase. Nothing against him, obviously. And even Ted, I found out Ted told him, keep doing what you're doing. Don't let him tell you what to do. Like on his way out before he left the company, he gave him that advice. So he knew what he could do, obviously. But the big turning point for him is when he finally convinces Vince, hey, let me talk. If you don't let me talk, I can't compete with some of these other guys. But if you let me talk, I can compete with anybody. He was right.
Yep. I just like the part where Bart is on the outside and like Steve Austin goes on the outside apron. And there's Vince like, there he is, like a cat, just waiting to jump.
Waiting to pounce on him.
Yeah. I was like, essentially, this is like Vince, like in his head, be like, yeah, fucking get him. Like, show that aggressiveness. Like, I felt like he was into the match, Vince, in this.
I think he was. He likes that shit. If like a wrestler can get really aggressive. That's why he liked AJ Styles so much.
Yeah.
He told him, I think, after a couple matches, like, you're like a pit bull. I like that. You grab a guy, you just fucking grab him and work on him.
Dude, I still remember that time where they like were in the hallway and Vince is like, come on, do it. and like AJ Styles just fucking no, that was Kevin Owens. That
was Kevin Owens.
But AJ just fucking smacks him in the face. Oh, I love that. And then, obviously even though he like fucking, remember when Kevin Owens after WrestleMania, when he faced against Jericho, he went up to Vince McMahon and Vince McMahon like acted like he wasn't there.
Yeah. That was funny as hell.
Yeah.
That was weird. That whole angle with him was strange.
But I think like he did it for his own good because he eventually did like him because he let him fucking headbutt him in the face. Which, by the way, he probably ribbed Stephanie McMahon because I feel like Stephanie McMahon was not in on the deal that Vince was going to get headbutted by Kevin Owens.
The way I heard it told was Kevin said Vince told him, when you headbutt me, you fucking lay it in. Don't make it look like shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, okay, I won't. And he was pissed at him anyway because he'd been, on the bad end of like some creative and shit for a while and not been able to talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I'm gonna lay it in, don't worry. And he did. And he wasn't pissed at him over it because that's Vince. But Stephanie was upset because she's like, you went too fucking far. Because he got kind of fucked up by that headbutt.
Yeah.
But they got water under the bridge thing. It was okay.
Yep. Oh man, I like that little tangent. But then they did that video package, The Man They Call Vader, which was fucking really cool to see.
Oh yeah. Oh, what'd you score the match?
Oh shit, yeah. Fuck, we were so into like that shit right there. Oh dude, I gave this a 7 out of 10. I
gave it 6.7. I liked it too.
Yeah.
I don't know how I could have liked it anymore. I guess if Steve had a better finisher that he doesn't have yet, maybe.
With Diet
We're not
Stunner.
there yet. Yeah, he just did a Diet Stunner right now. Yeah, the Vince in the ring with Jim Cornette and Vader promo was pretty good. Like,
yeah.
Cornette just hypes Vader up like a bunch. And it's funny because like the whole time Vader is like making Vince question himself being in the ring, it looks like.
Yeah.
He just looks at Vader like he's crazy because he's like running the ropes for no reason. And he's like getting up in Vince's face going, oh, oh, oh. He's like doing Vader shit.
Yeah, and Vince is like looking at him side eye while fucking Jim Cornette's be like, hey, he's the strongest man alive. He's going to eat you and all that stuff.
Razor Ramon in your house. He said, like, you're going to make the biggest mistake of your career, Chico, because you're going to end up in Mayberry in a quilting society with Aunt B. What the fuck, man? Andy Griffith reference.
Oh, man. That was cool. And then they have a Sunny package.
Yeah, fucking Sunny package.
Yeah.
And I was looking at like a Scott Keith rant review for this. I don't know why, because I was thinking I was trying to look something up for this show, and I found that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I bet many a young boy taped this and replayed it several times back in the day. Because it was just Sunny in various poses and bikinis and outfits, and she's on the beach and she's getting splashed with water and she's lounging on the beach and all that stuff.
Yeah, and then wait until you see what she turns into in the future, right? Maybe she'll be the same. Maybe.
I mean, she was the same for a couple years, and then I don't know, her life kind of got off the rails.
Yep. Maybe Bret Hart has seen some sunny days, because isn't that like what later down the road causes a big fight with Bret and Shawn?
Well, Shawn says that, and he says that because he's being a prick. Now Bret maintains he never did anything with her. I believe him because in his book he talks about all the other shit he did with a bunch of other women.
Mm.
And he didn't say anything about ever doing anything with her.
Because he knew.
Yeah, I mean, so I think he's telling the truth when he said, I never did anything with her.
Mm.
So, but Shawn did. And he makes reference to it in one of the videos that I sent you. I was like, did you say that on TV? What the fuck? It's crazy.
That's funny.
Late 90s HBK was a menace, as the kids say.
Yeah, there's many faces of HBK pretty much from when he turned heel and when he comes back.
What's funny is he's still babyface there. But he's like, his dickish nature is starting to come out like on camera.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. But main event, It's Savio Vega versus Goldust with Marlena.
Yeah.
For the WWF Intercontinental title.
Mm-hmm. So I got so confused because I remembered like Dustin Rhodes did like an interview about like him and Savio Vega having like an amazing match, and apparently it was like when they were in Madison Square Garden, there was like something infamous that happened with him and Savio Vega.
They must have did a gay spot.
Maybe.
They did gay spots here.
They did it here, and then the next one as well. I like, dude, like to me they have good chemistry.
They do. That's because like, okay, I'm tipping my hand, but like I thought this match was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Now the overall booking of like what they did, I don't understand. But this match in a vacuum was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm starting to see like I've heard people always say, "Oh, Savio's a good worker," and then like I didn't care about Savio Vega when I was a kid.
Me either.
I don't know. There wasn't really a reason to. I didn't dislike him. I'm just like, oh, that's that Savio Vega guy, and that's it.
I was like, Stone Cold paces him, and I was like, I don't know this Savio Vega guy. I guess he's okay.
He's a pretty good wrestler.
Yeah.
But Goldust starts with a waist lock, and he feels up Savio, and Savio's homophobia is exposed.
Yeah.
He's like, oh shit, he freaks out. And then they exchange holds really quick, and then Goldust backs Savio in a corner and does an ass rub on him. And Savio chases Goldust out of the ring, and he runs away with Marlena until they decide to come back. And then Savio's done being afraid of gay. So he manages to get a side slam, and he hits a reverse elbow, and then he spanks Goldust, making fun of him. And he throws his head in the turnbuckle, and then we go to a break. Come back, and Savio is still committing a hate crime. He goes for the 10 punch in the corner, but then Goldust hits a stun gun on Savio and gets control back. And it's shit with Vince. I love this. He starts talking about Goldust's machinations, as he says. And I'm like, what? So like, this is what Vince is calling Goldust's gay flourishes that he does in wrestling matches. Machinations. And maybe I mispronounced that word my whole life. I thought it was machinations. Maybe it's like a tomato thing.
Maybe.
Goldust gets Vega to camel clutch for a minute and lets go. And he asks for a mic. And he's like, hey, if you people don't shut your mouths right now, I'm going to go out there and kiss every single one of you. And they're like, ah! And he started got like this big reaction.
I don't know if it was this one or the next Raw, but there's like this guy in like a football jersey.
I saw that. He got so fucking mad at him.
Yeah, he like yelled at in his face, and you could see he was saying the word, the F slur, I'm just gonna say faggot. He said faggot like a lot.
He did, yeah. He was like, he wanted to jump the rail, beat him up and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So this thing's working. It's getting heat.
Yeah.
Uncle Eric can make fun of it all he wants. In reality, I think he's just upset that he didn't come up with a character like that first, because if he had the idea, they'd be doing it right now.
Yeah, because Dustin was with that company. Could have had that.
Yeah, it's just nobody had thought of an idea of a character like that. It was fucking Vince.
Mm-hmm.
Say what you want. Goldust Savio do a crisscross spot, and they cross body each other at the same time, but Savio gets up first. Goldust cuts him off. They spend some time taunting him, and then Savio rolls him up and gets like a 2.9 on him.
Mm-hmm.
Goldust clotheslines him really fast, goes to top rope. Savio causes him to split his Golden Globes. And then Savio Vega super kicks Goldust as he's sitting on the top turnbuckle. I'm like, God, how did he do that? Like, he has to stretch like pretty good for that, I guess. He tries to superplex Goldust, and he's like spanking him. Like he's making fun of him. And then Goldust starts headbutting the shit out of him. And he kisses Savio Vega. Like on the lips. And then Savio's like, oh, no! Like he recoiled like he got struck. He flew off the top rope and took a bump. And he takes too much. Goldust is like doing more machinations, as Vince says, is feeling himself up and shit. And he eats a boot because he jumped off. He took too much time and he's got hit in the face. They do a double count spot. Both guys get up. They trade blows. Savio gets the better of it. He's doing a comeback. And the crowd's like rumbling, like the arena's rumbling at this point.
Mm-hmm.
We go to a break, come back. Goldust drops down, and Savio's running the ropes, and he kills Earl Hebner. Marlena runs and grabs the IC title, and she slides it in the ring to Goldust. But he's like fucking knock stupid because he doesn't realize what he's supposed to do, it seems like. Like he's so fucked up. He's like walks away from it. And then he gets super kicked. This time, it's like the super kick knocks sense into him. He's like, oh, because he lands right in front of the title and he picks it up. Goldust swings and misses. Savio super kicks him again. He picks up the belt and hits Goldust with it. Tim White was out there at the time because Earl Hebner was dead.
Yeah.
He saw this happen. Earl recovers, though, and he counts the pin. Savio wins. That's the end of the match. I give it a 6.5.
Okay. Yeah, I gave it a 6.9. Nice. Out of 10.
Yeah.
Kind of did that on purpose. But
Well,
I think it I think it was a well-deserved score. Not as big as the Stone Cold match for me.
Yeah.
But it was still entertaining. Savio Vega is a good worker. It makes me wonder what happened, pretty much, because after his Stone Cold match, doesn't he kind of fizzle out a little bit?
He just stays there for a while, just doing different shit. Like he's in tag team matches. He's just kind of like a mid-card guy until his contract runs out.
Yeah, so maybe
like 98, 99, somewhere in there.
So technically, he's what Stone Cold was supposed to be when he came in. He's just a good worker, and he could work with anybody, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like the biggest thing he ends up doing later is he gets involved in that gang war shit. Do you remember that?
Vaguely,
when they had all these factions that was gangs. Like you had Nation Domination, you had the fucking biker gang fuckers or whatever, and then you had like Los Boricuas.
Yep,
which was like all the Latino guys.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
And then they did that package with Bret Hart walking the streets of Germany.
But wait, we got to talk about the disputed finish.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm sorry.
So, like, the referees have a difference of opinion on what happens because Tim White saw Savio cheat and beat Goldust.
Mm-hmm.
And Tim White's like, no. Or Earl Hebner's like, no, that's I didn't see that. So, like, they're arguing. And then Gorilla Monsoon comes out, and he's back. He's not dead. And he says something to them and says something to Howard Finkel. And then Howard Finkel's like, Goldust is stripped of the IC title. But Savio didn't win. The title is now vacant. A rematch will take place next Monday for the title. I'm like, okay. And we'll talk about that in a little while.
Yep.
They set up some shit on the next Raw. Vince tells us Vader and Mankind's going to be in action next week along with the Godwins. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yep.
Now the Bret Hart thing.
Yeah, he's roaming the streets of Germany. Like I said, they kind of showed after WrestleMania that he was like upset, and showed that he's mad that he lost the title.
He told the camera crew, "You guys fuck off for a while," and he peeled out of the parking lot.
Yep. But what do you think of his Germany comments? Like what he said, like when he gets really serious, sometimes I feel like it's overacting, but I kind of get it what he's doing. That's just Bret Hart.
I don't think he's overacting. I think it's like when he's in a situation like that, he's coming off pretty natural.
Mm-hmm.
It was interesting because like he's like, that wasn't a 60-minute Iron Man match, it was a 62-minute Iron Man match.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew Sean would make a mistake eventually, and he did at the 59-minute mark, and I had him. He was done in the middle of the ring. There was no way he was going to get up and kick me in the face.
Mm-hmm.
He knows it. Sean knows it. But the match was restarted. And he's like, my blood was boiling, and I made my big mistake after that. And that's how he got beat.
Yeah, so he's upset, but he's still, like, very respectful and being like, hey, I let my feelings get the best of me. Sean won the match, fair and square. Like, if it was a heel Bret Hart, he'd be like, this bullshit. He's a homo and all that.
Next year.
Yeah.
That shit's going to be funny.
Yeah.
Bret says something kind of oddly prophetic in this promo, though. He's like, I'm not, because they're talking about, like, there's rumors he might leave wrestling or some shit and all this other stuff. And he's like, I'm not going to join any other wrestling organizations. It would be a step down. I understand there's organizations out there right now throwing around a lot of money. He's like, but I'm not greedy for money, though. I'm greedy for respect, and I'm only going to get it here.
I read some things like the reason why they did that interview thing, because there was rumors that Bret Hart was going to WCW at that time. That's why they thought like he dropped the belt and he was going to WCW. So pretty much Vince was like, do this so that they know you're still with us, essentially.
Well, they're actively like making offers to people that are still there, Like Razor got his offer and he's taking it. I think I got spoiled that Vader is not going to wrestle Razor Ramon at that In Your House. So go figure. Like they've been setting that up. That's supposed to be a big pay-per-view match. Yeah. And we haven't seen him at all, by the way. Like we haven't seen Razor at all since before WrestleMania for like a while.
Yeah, he was like, I ain't facing that. Fuck it. I ain't facing that queer. And he like left.
I think he's been working like house show loops. It's like they just took him off TV or something. Because he works the Madison Square Garden match, obviously, where everybody got in trouble. Well, everybody but him and Kevin Nash and Shawn Michaels got in trouble, I should say.
Yeah.
But Bret says something about, he's like, I had second thoughts about returning because he feels a bit betrayed. It seems like every time he loses that damn belt, he gets betrayed somehow. And he says if he could wrestle for it tomorrow, he would. Wake me up at 5 o'clock in the morning if you want. And that's the end of the show. Like, damn, he's setting up his future character here.
Yeah.
Screws me, everybody screws me, and nobody does a damn thing about it.
I'm the best there is, the best there is. I love that promo. I can't wait for that fucking promo, dude.
Me too.
Yeah, where he fucking yells at Vince McMahon.
Pretty good role, though.
Yep. Yeah. It had a shaky start with like Leif Cassidy and Mark Marrow. But it kind of stabilizes after Stone Cold Bart Gunn. We get a Vader fucking promo. We get some titties from Sonny. And then we have the, good main event, Goldust versus Savio Vega with some drama on it. Yeah. They had the two referees being like, no, he won. And then fucking Gorilla just comes out and goes, you know what? Fuck both of you. I'm stripping it.
Nobody wins.
And then it ends with Bret Hart. I think this is a pretty good show, and I would have to give this like a 7.6 out of 10.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I gave it a 6.6.
Oh, I'm a little more generous.
You liked some of the matches more than me.
Mm-hmm.
I still liked them. I just,
It might have been tainted from Nitro for being shitty. So maybe I was just a little more excited.
Yeah, you hated the matches on that show more than me.
Yeah.
This got a 3.1 TV rating. Did pretty good. It beat Nitro.
Yep. They are in the lead. We moved to Nitro for next week, which is April 22nd, 1996. We're in Albany, Georgia.
Yeah.
And no Hulk Hogan. I'm just going to say that there's no Hulk Hogan in this one.
We get a break from the Hulkster this week.
Yes.
It doesn't help that much, though.
No.
It doesn't really help that much at all.
There's Bishop, Bobby Heenan, and Mongo on commentary again with Pepe.
Pepe has crazy eyeball glasses on.
Mm-hmm.
There's like slinkies, and the little eyes are in the slinkies. I don't know what you call that.
I was watching that thing you sent before with the Pepe. Dude, like every wrestler just fucking screams at like they go like above the dog, but they're like yelling in Mongo's face, and they're just like Ric Flair does it a lot.
And he's yelling at this little dog.
Yeah.
And the little dog's just like looking up and you're like looking around like what's going on.
What's up?
Oh yeah, you want to talk about Uncle Eric spoiling Raw?
Oh yeah,
he does that like when the show starts.
Yeah. I was like, oh, this is where they start to ruin shit now.
Yeah, I mean they were doing it a little bit before here and there, but this one was noticeable because like he's taking shots at Raw. He talks about how it's a canned show. This is the only live show.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, he straight up spoils the match results. He says Goldust beats the RuPaul impersonator. He beats Savio Vega. And he's like, that was a great idea, the Goldust. I'm like, you're just mad you didn't come up with it. Mankind beat Aldo Montoya, and he's like, who cares? And then Vader beats Fatu. And he said some kind of disparaging comment about that too, I guess. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, well, how's he do that to my boy Rikishi, man? Fuck you.
He made a difference.
But remember how we talked about how Public Enemy was like, hey, let's do this ECW match?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now they're facing American males. American males. And I was like, all right, cool. Now we're going to have a fucking wrestling match.
Yeah, we're going to have a wrestling match because those guys can't do those fucking brawls. That's not what their thing is.
Mm-hmm.
As the American males are coming out, Uncle Eric informs us that Marcus Alexander Bagwell is going to be in a feature film, an Andy Sedaris film. You know what he's talking about?
No, what is it?
Day of the Warrior, which is part of that Savage Beach series.
Oh, okay.
So that's his first appearance with them doing those movies until Return to Savage Beach, which was the one that we saw on Big Trouble. One of them, anyway.
Mm.
So it's him. He's like the bad guy in it.
Now I know why, like, they always said, like, Bagwell is always in, like, porn movies and stuff.
Because they saw that shit, which is like low-budget TNA fucking action movies, basically.
Yep.
I don't really have much to say about this match. It just kind of, like, happened. And
it was okay.
It was okay compared to the previous one.
Mm-hmm.
But not anything outstanding.
No. I gave it a solid 5 out of 10 because I wasn't like disrespected in any way. Besides, I was just like, okay, they could wrestle.
They can't. Well, we know they can wrestle.
Yeah.
It's just Public Enemy sometimes they get too wrapped up in that fucking garbage brawl shit, and sometimes it doesn't come out right. I gave it a 5.4. Because like when some of the wrestling was cool, but the match finish fucking sucked.
Mm-hmm.
Rocco missed a senton bomb from the top rope, and then Riggs got a hot tag and a comeback, and then Public Enemy throws him over the top rope, and they get DQ'd. Fuck.
Oh, the rule's back. Again. The rule is back again?
Yeah, the rule's back in this match. Because guess what? 2 people get thrown over the top rope twice in the main event, and they don't fucking count it.
Maybe they were just like, okay, Public Enemy, stop your shit. If you go over the top rope and land on the ground, that's it, DQ.
I mean, like, they could have said that before the match started, and that might help. But I I guess Uncle Eric calls their little double team move where they killed Riggs. They call it the public enemy sandwich. And I'm like, I hope that's not the name they're really calling it. It just sounds weird.
It sounds like a 90s thing to say.
Well, bro, you got a public enemy sandwich right there.
Radical.
What?
And I'm like, Uncle Eric, not Uncle Eric, Uncle Chris, Redacted Chris is he's back. He's a Four Horseman. Did you know that?
Well, yeah. He fucking disappeared for a while. I don't know why. Maybe he went to Japan. I don't know.
He went into the Shadow Realm.
No, he does it later.
Yeah.
Before that match, though, Mean Gene was out there with like two women, and they're announcing like the Lethal Lottery entries for like Slamboree.
Mm-hmm.
It's that fucking thing where like people get put in random teams with each other.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, that shit. I don't know why that's like a fucking big gimmick for them.
It's like they're trying to be different. Like it's kind of like when you watch AEW stuff, and it's like, how can we make every week have a gimmick essentially? And that's what it feels like here with WCW. Like we got to gimmick this somehow and be different from the other competition.
It's always like bad. It's like they take some kind of idea that WWF had and they take it too far in like that direction or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you know how sometimes they have a match where it's like, you're going to team up with him. And like the baby face and the heel look at each other like, I fucking hate him. It's like, well, you're going to have a match. That's too fucking bad. And instead of it being, now they have like a tournament where they do that with everybody. Just like everybody, you guys are baby faces and heels, you're all going to team up because fuck you. That's the gimmick. It's like, what? And like, it's like the World War III is the same thing. It's like, we can't have a Royal Rumble because copyright infringement. So what we're going to do is we're going to have 3 rings with 60 people.
It's going to be the whole damn roster.
And everybody's out there. Everybody's out there at the same time. God. But the big reveal here is Ric Flair and Randy Savage are going to team up. And I'm like, and then it's Arn Anderson and Eddie Guerrero. Like, that's the match that's going to happen. One of them.
You know what? I'm kind of glad I'm not going to see that fucking pile of shit.
So you're saying we're not going to try to see Slamboree?
Yeah, no.
That's fair. I don't think we're going to miss anything. I got something else to say about this later because they talk about this whole Lethal Lottery thing, and I'm like, this doesn't make any fucking sense, but I'll talk about it when we get there.
Okay.
Uncle Chris versus Uncle Eddie.
I always like seeing these guys work.
Yeah, they try really hard. They tried really hard to hear, even though they obviously had really limited time.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only downside of this match. I'm like, whoa, this could be good. And then like 5 minutes after I said that, it was over.
Yeah, it almost kind of like they're like, we have short time. Let's try to get all our spots in. And I'm not saying they went from spot to spot to spot, but they look like they rushed.
Yeah, they're like, we have limited time, man. We got to like try to get our shit in. And it wasn't like the weird wrestling people have now where they do what you just said. But I felt like there could have been more to this, but it just wasn't allowed to exist that long.
Yeah.
Well, this is where they talk about the thing I was referencing a minute ago. It's during this match.
Okay.
So Eric's talking about how whoever can win the Lethal Lottery stuff has a chance to be in the Lord of the Ring tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever wins that gets a world heavyweight title shot. I'm like, so you're having this convoluted ass tag team tournament so people can get into this battle royal to get a title shot? I'm pretty sure it's what he said. And then, so here's where it gets really stupid, though. He's talking about how Macho Man should just try his best to stay in it and be professional and not turn on Flair. But here's the thing. there's two sides of this. Ric Flair is his partner. Why would he want to help him in that match? Because he hates Savage. So Flair has just as much reason to try to screw him over because he wouldn't want him to become Lord of the Ring and get a title shot, right?
Yeah. And you're I guess this is me being a mark in some way, but it's like you book him in a match or you book him where he hates his fucking wife and Ric Flair is fucking abusing that. And now you put him in as a team and now you're telling him don't fucking hit Ric Flair, be professional. Like, fuck off. Like,
it's just stupid. I feel like they didn't think about this enough or something.
No.
But this is a good little match. It's just too short. Benoit pinned Eddie because Eddie tried to do a sunset flip and they were in the corner, and then Benoit was like, nope, and he stacked him up and grabbed the ropes and pinned him. That was the finish.
What'd you give it?
I gave it 5.8.
Yeah, I gave it a 5.7 out of 10.
Eric Bischoff calls a Hurricane Rana a necktie takedown.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
It's very martial arts of him.
Necktie takedown. I'm like, that's like when Tony Schiavone, when somebody does an arm wringer, he says full arm dragon twist. I'm like, that's so goddamn convoluted. Just call it an arm wringer. The fuck?
Oh, and then Mean Gene comes out with the WCW head office to confront Randy Savage.
There's a guy in the championship committee there.
Yeah. And Macho Man is being Macho Man, and he's just like, I'm going to do what I want.
Whenever I want.
Yeah. And then the other guy is just standing there, and every time he tries to speak, fucking Macho Man speaks to the point where Mean Gene's like, get out of here.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Like, that guy says something to him, though, because he basically doesn't listen to what he had to say and just says, I'm going to do whatever I want to do. And that guy goes, if you can't fix your behavior, you should seek professional help.
Like a psychiatrist?
He says, ooh, a psychiatrist, huh? He calls him a stupid little man. And then just repeats that he's going to do whatever he wants when he wants.
That's a funny ass segment. Like I'm so annoyed by, like, him and Ric Flair, but I'm like, still funny. He still put that over and shit. So I digged it.
He made it entertaining, at least.
Yep. And out of nowhere, we have a Jim Duggan versus Meng match, and I was like, what? Okay.
Another one. All right.
Mm-hmm.
This was kind of fun up till the finish.
Mm-hmm.
So they did the don't headbutt a Samoan spot, which was great.
Yep.
I love that. I'll always mark out for it. And then Hacksaw got to make retard faces while he was in the Asiatic nerve hold. That's literally what he was doing. I'm not making that up. He was making like retard faces, like his tongue was being stuck out and everything. He was crossing his eyes.
He was doing very cartoonish type of stuff.
And then one day we're going to have to watch Jim Duggan in Mid-South Wrestling because he didn't act like a retard back then. And I always hear like, yeah, Jim Duggan in Mid-South Wrestling was cool. I was like, oh, I guess I'll see one day. They made him a cartoon character in the WWF. The finish sucked though. Jim Duggan ended up out on the floor somehow. I guess Ming threw him through the middle rope. I don't remember how.
Mm-hmm.
If he threw him over the top rope, that's fucking stupid. But Duggan lands out there and he gets a roll of tape from somewhere out of his ass, I guess. I don't know. And then he starts taping his fist up. Pretty sloppily, by the way. And he gets up on the apron. He punches fucking Ming in the head. And he KOs him and pins him.
I hate that.
I fucking hate that too. I've already been over that tape fist shit because they've done that before.
It's kind of like he's trying to find his like new gimmick thing. Like he's not this U.S. hero that goes ho with a 2x4, and now he's like trying to find other things to get over essentially.
Now he's Irish.
Now he's Irish. Now he's taping his fist and he's like knocking people out, and it's just a person like Mang. No, you can't have that.
How could he not headbutt him, but he could punch him in the head with a taped fist and knock him out?
Because that taped fist is vibranium metal.
And that's the shit that made out of Captain America's shield.
Yeah.
Wolverine's skeleton.
Yeah. Yeah, 4.7 out of 10.
I hate that even more after talking about it. But
speaking of repeats, huh? Oh, wait, isn't there another Mean Gene segment here?
They do one more Lethal Lottery thing. By the way, Mean Gene kept talking up like these two women. He's like, oh, Ric Flair, like, you're not the only one who can pull women. Like, basically, that's what he was saying. That shit, his banter was kind of funny during those segments. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, we're going to need that money for later. And they like laughed at him. I'm like, are they going somewhere after the show's over?
Maybe.
It's Bill Fratz, Bruiser, and fucking Regal are going to team up, which is, that's funny because they've been beating the shit out of each other, having UFC matches on TV. And their opponents are VK Wall Street, who I forgot was there.
Yeah, me too.
I saw Jim Duggan. I was like, that guy's a fucking Mike Rotunda is still there, I guess.
That's what we've been saying for a while on both fucking shows. Like, whoa, he's there still, huh? Still wrestling?
When's the last time we saw him, though? Like, well, I don't remember. It's some Nitro a while back, I guess.
Yeah, it was like some Nitro, like either, I don't know if it was like 2 months ago or a month ago in the program that we were watching.
I guess he's been on that Saturday night show we can't
Maybe. So, World Tag Team titles are on the line again.
All the titles are on the line.
Yeah.
Because Ric Flair's world title's on the line too, which is weird. Mm-hmm. So, rematch from last week, but all the titles are on the line.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah, I didn't like this.
It's kind of like they were just like, I want this to be a big angle, but we have to have a match. And it's
like, yeah.
And it's like, okay, everything's on the line. But I'm like, how do you fucking sell that? How do you... So, like, at any point, Sting could fucking pin Lex Luger? Oh,
no.
Okay.
But they'd have a fight in theory over who would pin Flair or Giant, I guess. Like, no, I want to win because I want to be no, and like they set that up like that was going to happen, but it never did.
I wonder who came.
Not that they like implicitly stated that would happen. Like they didn't even mention that. Like they did a little bit, but like they didn't even approach it. Really.
Mm-hmm. I wonder who came up with that idea because it's so damn confusing.
Probably the same person that came up with this stupid Slamboree, Lethal Lottery, Lord of the Rings shit.
Probably.
It's like all convoluted. Before the match starts, Flair keeps doing this thing with Deborah McMichael out in the fucking crowd. Like this is like the third week in a row where he's like flirting with her or some shit. Mm-hmm. And Mongo has been on commentary is like, that don't matter. And it's like every week it bothers him a little bit more. So like they're setting this up. He's going to wrestle Flair at some point, I guess.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. That's for sure. Macho Man ran out and got arrested. That happened before the match started.
Yep.
He just showed up, got arrested. Sting is. Now I'm going to talk about the match a little bit. Sting drop kicked the Giant twice and he tried to clothesline him, but then Giant said no and put him in bear hug. Until Lex Luger came in to help, and then they both punch the Giant a bunch and clothesline him over the top rope to the floor, and they don't get fucking disqualified. And then they do it to Ric Flair, and they don't get disqualified again. Fuck that stupid. After that, match goes okay. I probably would have given it a little bit of a higher score if they didn't do that stupid thing with the top rope elimination thing. They have a somewhat similar but truncated match compared to last week. Like, it's, only this time, for the third Nitro in a row, they rehashed this damn coffee finish. And this time Flair does it. But he accidentally did it to the Giant. And because of that, the referee just throws the match out for some reason. It's like, you can't end the match because the guy accidentally hit his partner.
Maybe he was worried, like, oh, it's hot coffee. Like, oh, you this is dangerous. You might get a third-degree burn or something like that. I don't know. Is
this like McDonald's coffee? Like that woman who like fucking boiled herself?
Maybe.
Sued McDonald's?
Because I was like, hot? I guess, because why did it's like, wow, was he because he pissed off the Giant and he didn't want to be around there anymore, the referee? Maybe he knew shit was about to go down. He's like, I ain't fucking dealing with this shit.
That's probably what it was. For like his own safety. He's like, no, this match is over. I'm out of here. Bobby Heenan said something, though. He's like, why do we keep going to these arenas to serve hot coffee? I'm like, that's a fucking good point. We talked about that already. I'm like, what arenas? Who's selling coffee at like night events at arenas?
Not even that. It's just like, who goes to like any sporting event and goes, you know what? Coffee. I'm gonna have fucking hot coffee right here.
Give me a coffee.
Yeah.
No, I could see that if you went to like a hockey arena or something, because isn't it like kind of cold in there?
Yeah, it's a little cold. Like you get like hot cocoa or a coffee or something like that, you'll be fine. But I don't know. It's just weird to see it like at a wrestling event or like
a place where it's not going to be cold.
Yeah.
What'd you score this one?
I was still entertained in some way. Mainly because of Ric Flair and Lex Luger, always because of his fucking sounds and stuff. So I did give this a 5.2 out of 10.
Oh, I gave it a 4.8.
Oh yeah, I liked it a little more.
Actually, I gave it a 4.7. I'm sorry, it pissed me off more when I talked about it. This is like, I hate this rehashing of shit. Like, and you know what? They stopped doing those Billionaire Ted segments. This would be a good time to do one to make fun of their dumbass finishes again.
Yeah.
Well, they knock each other out with hot coffee now instead of women's shoes.
I think what I really liked, because it was like after the match though, because Ric Flair runs out of the ring, goes all the way down to the commentating table again. I don't know why he does that.
Because it's Ric Flair. He's crazy.
Yeah.
This is proto-insane Ric Flair.
So he grabs the mic, right? And it's like the sound guy is like probably fucking losing his mind and shit. He's like, I gotta get the fucking mic on for him so he could speak. And he gets it there, and he goes, next week, I'm gonna kick your big ass. And like the Giant like fucking gets pissed and starts chasing
him off. He like dropped the microphone and started chasing him, and Ric Flair fucking drops the microphone and runs away. That was funny.
Yeah. Yeah. So what'd you give the show?
I gave it a 5.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. 5 out of 10.
And it's not good. It's important to know every match finish on this Nitro sucked.
Mm-hmm.
All 4 matches had like a shit finish.
They always do that though. I guess that's a theme for them, right? Like they always have that shitty, fucked up ending to a match. like they always, well, most of the time, no, sometimes they like start off good, and then they just like fall off, and they're like, well, we got to keep the storyline intact. Fucking do this shit, and they do like some, it's not your time, baby. Not your time.
Baby. That's for somebody else.
Yeah.
I think Eddie and Benoit's match, it's not really fair to say that's a shitty finish. It's just like they didn't have enough time. They had to come up with some finish that didn't really make Eddie look bad and whatever. So that's what it was, I guess.
Well, they had to make room for fucking Ric Flair to go nuts and say, I'm going to kick your big ass.
That's literally like Giant rambled and said some shit. I'm going to fulfill my destiny. And Ric Flair's like, I'm going to kick your big ass. And then he started running away.
Wooings.
I wonder if those are still a thing.
Probably not.
What did you score the show?
I said a 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10. Okay, you're right there with me. Okay.
Yeah.
The TV rating was 2.7.
Ooh, went down.
Went down a smidge. Yeah.
Yeah. Monday Night Raw time. And we're in San Bernardino, California. They've been out west a lot, huh? Lately?
They did that set of tapings. I found out they do 4 tapings at a time now.
Oh, damn.
That's rough.
Mm-hmm.
That means like all fucking day they're in there. Like, like for hours.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I could see why some guys didn't like doing that shit back then. Like, geez, that's what they had to do, I suppose.
They must despise what happens today where, like, fucking wrestlers are bitching that they have to, like, do another 2-hour show compared to
travel. It's like, motherfucker, those guys in the 80s were traveling almost the entire year. Like, literally. Hulk Hogan wrestled more than 52 weeks in a year one time, brother. Because of the international dateline. He actually wrestled like three weeks in a row in a week or something, whatever the fuck, however he said it. I don't know.
You got me, brother.
But they opened with the rematch from the main event from last week, Goldust Savio. Vader's going to wrestle Fatu. This shit already got spoiled, I guess. But Jake Roberts and British Bulldog have an altercation in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. And then we're gonna get a Diesel interview too.
We get shitty quality videotape from Germany. I can't wait.
That whole thing, all the Germany shit was weird. Like, yeah, we'll talk about it when we get there. But Goldust with Marlena versus Savio Vega for the IC title. That's vacant. Vince tried to get comments from Savio Vega before the match, but Savio just says a bunch of shit in Spanish, and I'm like, no hablo español, brother. I don't know what he said.
Yeah, they did the 2 white guys looking at each other, being like, "What is he saying? Oh no!" And
I don't speak Puerto Rican.
And then I do like that it was like literally before he came out, so like his music hit, and he's like, "Fuck it, I'm going." And he leaves the camera view and goes out. I was like, "That's cool. I like that. Good touch."
You got to do that shit where you say it in English or you say it whatever order you want to do it in, but say something in English. Like say the Spanish thing first and then say it in English or vice versa. But either way, you got to do that.
Yeah. I mean, he could be just fucking cursing and shit. And maybe that's what Vince told him to do. Be like, I want you to say every bad word in Spanish.
It'll be funny. Because I'll know that you said bad words, but nobody else will.
Yeah.
They're like, they start out brawling, though. And like Savio gets the better of it. He clotheslines Goldust, and Dustin does one of those flips he does when he gets clotheslined. That was funny.
Mm-hmm.
Savio shoots off Goldust, hits power slam, he gets 2. And then Goldust leaves the ring because fuck it. And then he tells the cameraman to get out of his face. And then Savio brings him back, shoots him off, but Goldust drops down and hits those uppercuts and shit. And then he gets Savio in the corner and slaps him and kisses him. gay. Savio's fucked up from that now. Goldust is in control for a minute until Savio backs him in the corner and Goldust has his back turned to him. So Goldust kicks Savio in the fucking sack and the referee doesn't see it. Low blow. They start working. He starts working Savio's leg in the corner. And let's see. Oop. I messed up my word doc. There it is. Savio hits an enziguri because Goldust was going to do something. He pulled him out of the corner by his leg, and then he just kicked him. He did the Owen Hart thing. He could end Goldust's career. Come back. And he's still working Savio's leg with Grapevine, and he does his machinations, as Vince puts it. And Goldust, because he says it again. Goldust is getting heat. He gets a camel clutch, and then we get comments from the Ultimate Warrior about their In Your House match. He doesn't really say anything of note.
No, I wrote something down. Hold on a second. He goes, "I'm going to bust into your house and wreck it."
Yeah.
And then he goes something about pigs, and then he snarls and
he scronks.
Yeah.
He says something about his heart was already taken by those who love destruction.
Yeah.
And he doesn't care about the belt either.
No, he just wants
to beat up a gay guy.
Yeah. It's so funny because, like, we always make fun of how, like, Vince fucking Shawn Michaels. And it's kind of like Vince is fighting his gayness by having Goldust be a gay character and get berated and by all the faces about being gay.
We'll make this character where he's gay and everybody hates him for it.
Maybe that's how Vince feels. Maybe it's his persona. And it's only me. Oh wait, hold on a second.
It hiccuped.
And I was like, maybe it's his persona. Maybe that's what Vince is trying to portray through Goldust.
Vince killed my packets for a second there.
Yeah, he's like, I ain't gay.
Stop talking about me. This match is going on though. Austin and Ted DiBiase come out to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And then Goldust is trying to do the 10 gay punches in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
But Savio throws him off, and he hits clothesline. And he tries to go for a big splash, but Goldust gets a knee up, and we go to break. Come back. Goldust makes Savio eat a turnbuckle chest first, and he tries to do the Kurt call, the big DDT, reverse DDT move. Savio backflips out of it, hits a crescent kick, and then Savio's like fucked up, and he's like hanging on the ropes, like, oh, I'm trying to get up. And Steve Austin hits Savio in the head with the $1 billion title. Goldust flops over, or he flops over, and then Goldust pins him for 3.
And then he gets his gold strap back, which
his
looks
8
cool.
pounds of gold.
Yeah. It was a good match. What do you think was better, the first or this match?
The first one was better.
Yeah, the first one was way better.
This was okay still. It was decent. Just not as good as that one.
Yeah.
I gave it a 6.
Yeah, I gave it a 5.7 out of 10. I thought it was okay. I not as good as the last one. I guess they're teasing the whole Savio versus Stone Cold now.
I guess they'll have another match at some point.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny that he still hates him. It's like they had that match. They had their matches, and we kind of thought it was over.
Mm-hmm.
It's not over.
No.
It will never be over, as Dusty says.
But yeah, good start. I kind of like that they ended on that match last episode, and then they like started it from the beginning.
That being said, I don't understand the overall booking for this, because they like did this thing where they created this finish and it disputed the title, and then it's like, and it was a screw job finish too, like at the end of that match.
Mm.
And then they have the rematch, and Goldust immediately wins the belt back with another screw job finish. So what was the point?
True. I guess maybe they just didn't know who they wanted to put the belt on. Maybe they were like building towards Stone Cold and whoever. I guess. See, I don't know. I don't know how to explain this because they could have done it either way. Like Stone Cold could have faced Goldust for the IC championship.
I don't think that would have happened yet though, because he's still like very firmly a heel right now.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I don't know. They don't do that. They don't do heel versus heel matches very much.
True.
So I don't know what they were fucking doing. I think they just wanted to like try to create buzz. Like it worked in that first match. They had all kinds of buzz.
Mm-hmm.
Next match though.
Veda Tom versus Fatu.
Yeah. Vince did the hood handshake with Fatu. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He was like, everybody else just gave Fatu regular high fives, but Vince did the fucking hood handshake with him. The Vince lore is just, I don't know. There's something about that guy.
This is pre-do-rag Vince.
Do-rag Vince.
Yeah.
He was always cool with, fucking people of color, see?
Yeah.
It was short.
Yeah.
It was squash, basically.
Yeah, you gotta, like, with a person like Vader, but, that fizzles out kind of later.
Fatu got to hit a couple moves, and then he did his finish on Vader, and then Vader no-sold it. He did the top rope splash, then Vader stood up, and then he lariatoed him, turned him inside out. And then Vader did the moonsault, and he beat Fatu for 3. And Rikishi, it is Rikishi, but Fatu did the flip. He did the fucking flip for the clothesline. It made it look great.
Yeah. He sold that. Squasharoonie. This is when we get the package with Bulldog and Jake Roberts, right?
Yeah, it's like somebody with a hand cam, like quarter, recorded this on VHS, it looked like. It's just like he's having a match with Owen Hart, Jake Roberts says, and then Bulldog comes out and interferes. And we're now in the era of British Bulldogs wearing trunks. No more long pants. He's done with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's Trunks Bulldog. But he's fighting Jake Roberts. They fight for a while. Jake Roberts beats him up, though, in the end, and he puts a snake on him.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess they're going to have a match at In Your House. That's what this was for.
It makes you wonder if it was like not a fan who like videotaped it, but it was like WWF staff. They were like, I don't have another camera, pal. Somehow I don't get some footage. We need it now.
I guess.
I don't know.
I guess that's what happened. It makes sense. Also, like, where's all the stars at right now? Like, where's Sean? Where's Brett? It was like all the people high up on the card are not here right now.
Mm-hmm. Is that because of the tour?
I guess so.
It's interesting.
It's the only thing that makes any sense, yeah.
And they're still doing good without them. That's impressive.
Yeah, they're drawing these TV ratings that are kind of high right now, and they're like not even like they're pushing people right now that can be stars. It's like they're not quite there yet. Like I guess Goldust is the IC champion, like that's something.
Mm-hmm.
But like Mankind's still being established, and like so is Vader, sort of. Which next match is the Godwins with Hillbilly Jim versus Tajiri.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
Vince said Tajiri, and I'm like, what? Because I don't remember Tajiri wearing gear like that, but it must be like early in his career. He didn't figure out his Tajiri pants yet.
Yeah. I was like, whoa, Tajiri. Nice.
He didn't get to do much of anything, though.
Yeah, I know.
If they beat up jobbers,
Mm.
there's not much to say. They don't really get to do anything. That Tim Patterson guy's got a pretty good punch.
Yeah.
He just looks like a default creator wrestler. That's the only problem. I can't make fun of his appearance outside of that. He's in shape. He just doesn't look distinct. and he has black tights.
Yeah, it's very generic. It's like when you turn on WWE 2K and you're like, I'm gonna go create a superstar. That's him.
That's one of the patterns.
Yeah.
Sonny comes out with the titles after Lawler hyped this thing up with Sonny this whole time. Like, she's going to do something, and let's just say we might need to change the TV ratings. I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? Is she going to like do something sexual? Like,
is she going to like wear it like how Mandy Rose wore the title?
Yeah, the one's up here, one's down here.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing? And no.
Mm-hmm.
She just came out with the belts.
It's so fucking like spicy, man. The belts.
He kept making tit jokes too. That was another thing. It's like he built this whole thing up and it ended up being nothing like that at all. Hillbilly Jim though got distracted and ran after her with his dog, and Sonny ran away.
That'd be funny if like the reason they did that like fucking swimsuit like photo shoot, they're like, we're gonna do an angle with the Godwins where she comes out, and they're just gonna like do cartoon shit, like tongue on the ground, howling at them, and
oh my god, a woman.
Yeah.
What? Stupid shit. The Godwins beat the Jobbers, and then Zip and Skip hit the ring, and they Pearl Harbor them, and then they force feed Slop to Pig. Whoa, they did it.
Yeah.
They got one over on him.
Yeah. It took a while.
Yeah, it did, actually.
Yeah.
That was that match. It was what it was.
Mm-hmm. Mankind versus Aldo Montoya.
I love this shit. I love this. I love fucked up heel Mankind. He's so interesting. It's funny because Mick Foley hates this version of the character. He really didn't like it. But like, I think it's like really, I don't know why. I've always been really fascinated by it.
I think because he puts emotion into this character a little bit. It seems like
he does. This was like he's trying. I guess in the end, like his thing was, I don't understand it. Like whatever, I'm just gonna try though, and he did. And he might not like it, but I do. I think I like it because it's just like it's such a different character. Like we've not really seen anything like this. It's like a horror antagonist almost or something. But it's cool. He beat up Aldo Montoya, and we got to see more of his moves. Like he put him upside down on the turnbuckle and did the running elbow drop. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
He did his punches in the corner. He's ripping his hair out, and he's fucking screaming and shit. He put him in the mandible claw and submitted him, and Aldo Montoya was like, it looked like he ate an Alka-Seltzer or some shit afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh, it's like all this white shit's coming out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Like, damn. And then they got to play the Twin Peaks music after he almost choked him out.
Yeah, I liked, you know what? I like this creepy Mankind stuff. It's very
different.
It's like Phantom of the Opera type of shit.
Yeah, except it doesn't suck.
Yeah.
But it was a squash show.
Yeah, this was a squash heavy Raw.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one though.
Yeah.
They do the recap of Diesel and Shawn Michaels' relationship over the years.
Yeah, that video package was fucking cool, especially like when they had like near the end where Shawn Michaels is angry in the command center area of like the headquarters and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, Shawn Michaels is actually selling me the fucking match with his promo.
Yeah, we should have seen that promo. Why didn't you guys show us that?
Yeah.
This is the go home show before In Your House.
Mm-hmm.
But instead we get this Diesel promo, him in Germany, and it looks like, again, some guy records it on a VHS camera. And like Diesel was like drunk or pilled out or something. I don't know what his deal was. He was like Kevin Nash when he's doing those shoot interviews where he's like, he's probably been drinking before. And he's just kind of like, he's sitting back in the chair. Like, you know how Kevin Nash is in interviews? He sits back in the chair. He's like, I don't know, man. We did the finger poke to him, and it was fucking stupid. But hey,
it made me money.
I made a lot of money.
Mm.
Fuck. That's kind of like what his promo was like, really.
Yeah. Did he get a contract offer at this time?
I think he got it, and he was like weighing his options. Like, I don't think he might have decided around this point. He was a lot more conflicted about it than Scott Hall was.
Mm-hmm.
Scott Hall was always about that money. I've come to find out. I saw like him in a shoot interview recently where he was, before he passed away, where he was like talking to Brett. He was trying to tell Brett, like, hey man, you need to like go to the office and like tell those guys they need to pay us more money. Because he's like, you're the champion. You're like the boss of all of us in a way. You need to go to Vince and tell him you need to pay us more. And then he said Brett didn't care though, because it wasn't about the money for him.
Mm.
It's like, damn, okay.
So Brett was really for the love of the game.
Yeah, maybe you could say he loved wrestling too much, and he didn't love him back enough, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But Diesel said some stuff. He said he's the leader. I'm the leader of the new generation, not Shawn Michaels. I'm gonna put him in his place because he's dime a dozen. They don't grow people like me on trees. Fuck, And he's like, if this man, don't think I didn't forget about you. I got a score to settle with you. Like, he's threatening him. Like, what?
I'm gonna sign that contract.
He's gonna sign the contract. That's what he's doing. He's between the lines. He's gonna sign that contract.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the show. That was it.
Mm-hmm. I would say kind of a weak go home show.
It was,
but still entertained.
I was still entertained somewhat. Yeah, like even though I questioned the overall booking of the IC title shit, like that match was still pretty solid.
Yeah.
And I like the Mankind squash.
Mm-hmm. And they're setting up Stone Cold, it seems like, for Savio.
They are pushing him. He's not quite there yet, but like, they're actually doing stuff with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What'd you give this show?
5.7.
Okay. You were a little more generous than me. I gave it a 5.4 out of 10.
I'm going to knock it down to 5.6. The TV rating, it got a 3.3.
Damn.
See, I'm worried though, because they were having like this show wasn't as good. So it's like, watch the Raw after In Your House is going to be like cool, and it's not going to get a good rating. Something like that's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I could be wrong. The pattern's been Raw has been getting better ratings lately.
Yeah, it seems like Raw is like, well, obviously we're striking out WCW. So
you struck out, brother.
So technically, I guess we'll come back in when it's more interesting. Probably, or I guess around when NWO comes around.
Well, our official rule is we skip a month's worth of programming for them.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, so it's a month gone, and then we'll be into June.
Yeah, like they have one more Nitro before April's over. We're just going to skip that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, next month, we're just going to skip all their TV, and I guess we're not going to watch Slamboree. I'm going to go, like, look at the card after we finish just to see what it is, really.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. And then we'll get through May just watching WWF, I guess.
Because the way I see it, because of how they're mixing it, is that there might be a couple that, like, have a good, clean finish match, but most of those matches are just going to be either A, they win it and then it's just going to be a brawl, or they brawl to the point where the other team wins and advances to the Lord of the Ring or whatever they're doing.
I don't even remember that shit. I don't think they ever do that again either, because like when I was watching WCW, nobody was talking about the Lord of the Ring or some shit.
I'm telling you, it was probably some douchebag that made that Slamboree thing. And he's like, I just read Lord of the Rings, and they do Royal Rumble. Let's just do Lord of the Ring.
All right.
Yeah.
But June, they have the Great American Bash.
Okay.
July, they have the Bash at the Beach, the where the shit goes down.
Oh, we got King of the Ring. Nice.
I'm gonna check the Nitros in May because I think one of those Nitros is when Scott Hall actually appears.
Oh yeah, I want to see that.
So like we should try to watch that at least. Like they're still grounded.
Mm-hmm.
But like if Scott Hall starts showing up, I guess we gotta watch those Nitros.
Or what we can do is we could do like a war journal stuff where we watch it but don't rate it.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
At least.
And be like, oh yeah, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash joined, and it was fucking cool how they entered and all that stuff. And it was a genuine reaction and all that stuff. We'll get back to you guys on that. All right, so I guess the next thing we're gonna be covering for getting some color is WWF In Your House 7, which is on April 28th, 1996, and then we're just doing Monday Night Raw, April 29th, right? Because there's no ECW because we can't find it, right?
There's no way to watch it. Yeah, so like we'll do the pay-per-view and the Raw and then the War Journal for April, I guess.
Well, we know who's gonna win that one, right?
Obviously, yeah. Somebody didn't get struck out, so that'll be our next show.
Yep. And if you want to catch more of Getting Some Color, we're on the Big Trouble Media YouTube page, so make sure you like and subscribe. Me and Zach are probably, if you've been following the Big Trouble brand, me and him used to have a survival horror show where it was the Nemesis Project, and then we wanted to break away from just being Resident Evil to like survival horror. So we're gonna be bringing back Lost in Nightmare, so stay tuned for that. We're gonna do some stuff for RE9, but we're gonna have stuff before that, and then we'll give you like a roadmap on what we're gonna probably cover. So stay tuned for that. If you want some more podcasts as well, we have Big Trouble in Little Podcast, which right now we're in Adam Sandler month, and we're going to be covering The Waterboy next. That's Chaz picks, and I think you got Uncut Gems next, right?
Yeah, after Waterboy is my pick. Uncut Gems.
Yep. So there's this. I did an Eric Bischoff spoiler right there for.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
it's taped. It's a canned show.
We do it live here, baby, live. No, I'm kidding. All right, guys. Until next time, remember to get some color. Peace out.
Last week was a